Give me 2 minutes, guys. I'm just opening the WhatsApp. I can see still some students are sending me, their mail ID and the phone number. Sai Saurav. So one more thing, guys, if you tell your attendance today, then I will mark that is, I will add it in the WhatsApp group. If you attend for the previous sessions, then surely I will be adding you. Okay. Let me log into the WhatsApp. So today our plan is, I will execute CSS codes, and we try to complete CSS part, but hopefully we will not able to complete today. So mostly we will complete on a Saturday. Okay. And then in JavaScript, there are multiple concepts are there, and the two things you need to know apart from the regular PPTs and the handbooks, what it is means like the live codes. So the logics of JavaScript code, and then one more thing is how you are going to execute some real-time application. So that I will execute. So it will take one more day. Most probably I will complete JavaScript maybe on I think on next Thursday I used to complete. Okay, Thursday or before on Tuesday itself I try to complete. Okay, just logging in. Really, it is from Monday onwards. I'll get my laptop since it will be very slow. So sorry for that, students. I'm trying to share my screen. Give me a minute. I hope my screen is visible to everyone. Yes or no? Yes, ma. Is my screen is visible? Can I get the confirmation? Okay, fine. So apart from your curriculum, so I told you some self-paced certifications will be there, right? So that is this. You should complete all these external certificate. So only two certificates are there. Okay, so which is very important, and that is playing a important vital role nowadays. So that is nothing but you know cloud computing, and the another one is artificial intelligence. Okay, so these are the external course certification everyone must compulsorily have to complete without any doubts. Okay, so I'll tell you what are the procedure you need to do, and then once you complete, you have to share me the details. Okay. So see here. So this is the first link. Go to the Google Chrome. So the first link is you guys can learn and get started with Microsoft Cloud for Sustainability. Okay, so this is the course. So some students are facing an issue like they are not able to get the certificate. So better, what you can do is you can just sign into this particular, Microsoft website. Okay. So once you signed in, then you can do the course completion. Clear? And the next is the next course. So in for both certification, you would get some assessments, okay, that you have to clear. Then and only you will be getting a certificate. So some students may fail, so please do it carefully. Second certification is from LinkedIn Learning Career Essential in Generative AI by Microsoft and LinkedIn. Clear? So this is a free course. You can, once you complete, you can earn your badge completion. So I hope you guys are listening. So once you complete both these things, okay, what is the third step is you have to go to this Google form. This will not take that much of time to complete, ma. So most probably, so today is Thursday, right? You need to submit on before coming to the next session. That is on Saturday itself. You have to complete. You have one more day, Friday, and Saturday morning you will be free, right? So try to complete on Saturday itself. Okay, and please share me the links. I'll tell you what link you have to share me. This is the Google form. So here, give your name and include college name and the year, passing year, and your email ID, contact number, and self-course title. Self-course title means this one. So Microsoft, you have to copy this, get started with Microsoft Cloud Computing, and just paste it here like this. Okay, and then credential URL for certificate. So it's nothing but once you complete a certification, the you know that certification link will be there, okay, at the top. So you have to copy that, not this link, ma. Okay, just understand. You have to copy the certification link and paste it in this URL. Clear? Like this. And then upload your certificate. So you'll be having a two option. One is direct link. The another one is uploading your certificate. So it will be in like a PDF format or a Word format. So just download on your PC and upload it here. Okay, and the trainer name, I hope you guys know my name. If not, my name is Uma Mageshwari R. Okay, just give my name, then submit. Clear? So that's all about this extra course certification. And one more final point is, once you've done this, I want everyone to upload your certification, both certification, in a LinkedIn. Have to tag EduNet Foundation, then myself, Uma Mageshwari R, and then third is Bharati Verma. Okay, so understood everyone, students? Let me copy and paste it in the chat box. Even I have shared it in the WhatsApp group. So if you have any kind of questions or doubts, you can contact me. Okay. Is everyone is clear? Yes or no? Can I get some response? Thumbs up or say yes or no. Understood? Yes, Narayanan, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Tanushri.
Yes, ma'am.
Clear, Amma? Okay, fine.
Yes, ma'am.
So please complete it before on. That is before coming to the next session. Okay, let's start the session today. Sai Swarna, so don't worry, ma. I will add your name today. So once I am taking the attendance, you just remind me. I will add your name. Okay. And one more student is there. I'll just check and I will add it. So as of now, we have completed in the module 1 SDLC and then HTML part, and we started with CSS, right? CSS, like what are the different types of CSS we have, so that we have discussed last time. So today we are going to look at the remaining part. So let me. Okay. Okay, ma. So we have discussed till this, that is internal, external. So and the CSS selector also completed, right? So we need to start with box models. So first we'll see the explanation of what is box model and then we'll go on. Okay. So what is CSS box model? So box models describe all the elements of the web page as a rectangular box. So this is the rectangular box you can see at the bottom. So this will be visible if you right click on your web page. You can see the all the elements, so how it has been arranged. So the layout will be here. Okay, as shown in the graphics below. So you can see this one. Okay, so this is the logo of this website. Box model website is a logo. So let it be a logo, the content of the navigation bar or the button, everything is a box. Okay, so each and everything will be considered as a box. So this login as a box, and this checkbox, check courses, it will have a box like this. So you have one icon right in this place, like a arrow mark. So if you select on this icon, you can see here, if I select this particular box model website, you can see the width and height of that container, and then color and the font and the accessibility, name and everything. Clear? So in CSS box model, we can see it has some 4 layers. Okay, we had to work with a 4 layers when it comes to box model. So first one is content and padding, and then border, and then margin. So we need to devote some time mostly for this padding and the border. We should understand what it is one by one. Okay, we'll see it in the next slide. Just acquaintize this padding property to you. So what it is actually, this CSS padding property or used to generate a space around an element. Okay, it is nothing but if this is my content, let's say this is my content, and around this content I'll be having some space, so that is called as what? That is going to be a padding. That is going to be called as padding. Clear? And inside and how to use a padding property. So we'll be having all the 4 sides. So as you can see, it is like a rectangular box. So there is top, and then we have a bottom, left and right. We can apply a padding for all the 4 sides. So the shorthand property to apply this is padding and 10 pixel, 20, 15 and this one you can see. First one is the top value, and second will be the right value, and then bottom and then left. Okay, so we'll see one by one example, don't worry. And then border property. What is border property? It allows you to specify the style, width and color. If you are not going to specify this, you cannot see the border. Okay, this is mandatory and required one. So in the example syntax, you can see 10 pixel is the size, and style we have a lot of different styles, and then color. Okay, and margin property. Margin is nothing but if I have a text here, and then let's say I have a border. Okay, after this, the space between this content and the border, it is going to be called what? It is called as padding. But the space around this border, it is going to be called as what? Margin. That is going to be margin. Clear? Let's see one example on this box model. Okay, let me open the file. God, it is taking time. So yesterday I have given some different example for the students, so do some different example. Okay, so I don't want to repeat the same. Okay, ma, done. Okay, so we can create one real-time projects, how to work with this. Okay, let's see. So I'm deleting this. Right. For this. Okay, and inside the HTML, so we have head, and then body element. Whenever you're creating a CSS projects, make sure you're adding this tag. So it's nothing but meta tag. Meta tag is to give a detail or the main information about something. Okay, so meta tag, it contains a different information. Either we can give some details about any particular website, like giving a descriptions and keywords, or we can give some unique code for the formats. Okay, making it encoding the details. For that we can go with char set, or other something like a name equals to viewport. So name is equal to viewport is nothing but, if example if you are using your once you create your website, it will be visible to all other website, sorry, all other devices, right, without any problem. So that is going to be what, a viewport. So it is going to be responsive. Let me tell you how we can do it. So char set, I'm giving utf -8, and then meta name is equals to viewport. Content I can give is nothing but device minus width. Clear? So the name is viewport. So viewport is whatever we are seeing on the screen. Just exclude the frames. Okay, just think about the viewport alone. So the viewport is going to be, how it is going to be, it should have a width equal to a device minus width. Device minus width means, sorry, it is nothing but it should be compatible with all other devices. Whatever the device we are using, it should be okay with that. So and then initial scale. So initial scale is 1.0. 1.0 is nothing but the zoom level. So in a Chrome, if you want to increase the size, what you will do, you will be selecting a zoom option, zoom in or out. The same wise in the previous websites, while they are creating. So what happened is, your picture, if example you have given some 200 pixel for the image, but you are trying to load it again in the other browser. So what happen is, the size may varies, the size may enlarge or shrink. Okay, for that reason they are giving an initial scale value to be what, 1.0. 1.0 is nothing but 100 percentage. Clear? And then I need to add one external file. So I'm adding link rel is equals to style sheet Annamacharya. Let me give, already have an external CSS file. So external CSS is my file. Clear? So till this everyone is clear, I hope. Then now I'm going to add one title. So let's add a title. So my name, Uma Mageshwari portfolio. Okay. And then the body element, let's create a header. Inside the header, let me create. So this is nothing but a semantic element. On the day we have discussed, right, the same thing. So my name, I'm just giving my name here, and Editor expert. Okay, so this is the name I have given for the head, that is heading part. Next is the section part. Going to give a class name for this because I will have a different sections. If class is equals to about me. So about me, give about me, about myself. Currently with EduNet Foundation. So this is the paragraph I've given. So next is more section. So one more section is for my project. Let's say section class is equals to a project. So I'll have multiple projects. I'm just giving a section. So I'll be having a multiple projects. As of now, I can give only 2 projects. So project 1, under the project 1, I will show what is the detail of it. Okay, so let me create a div container and the class name is going to be, let's say, project. This one, let me give h3 is going to be a project 1, or I can give some name. We can give so using HTML and CSS. So this is the topic of the project, and next to this, let me create a paragraph. We can give some description of this project. So what we can give, technologies and CSS, let's say home page. What we can give, claim status, like this. I have some description of this project. Let me copy this again. So better I can give a projects here, and then let's copy. Okay, so this is going to be my project 2. So that's all. I have 2 projects. Something I have given. So next, the final part is going to be what? A footer. Contacts me. So you can provide your mail ID or something, your LinkedIn profile, whatever. Okay. So let me give. Like this I've given. Okay. You can also include your YouTube link or whatever you have. Just you can specify. So okay. So now we can move on to the external CSS part. So here only we are going to define the CSS. Okay. So the first foremost thing, whenever you create project, just set the font family for your entire website. So let's say I'm giving something. So I like to give cursive. So always like to give cursor. So you can also give it like this, or you can go with the another option I will tell you later in the font PPT. Okay. So margin is 0. Why? Because the margin is going to be 0. Why? So in default in a browser, most of the browser you can see the margin will be allocated. So we don't want it. So that is the reason we are just removing padding 0 again. The next is header. So header I have given my name and the things, right? So for that I can give some backgrounds color. Same. The color white. Aligned in center. Okay, and I need some padding to be applied. What is the padding? Padding is a space between the content and the border. So let's see first. So how it is executed. So whether it is opened or not. Okay, it's here. Okay, so here you can see my details has been displayed. So to find the paddings and other things, just right click and click on inspect, and here in the styles you can see. Okay, so this is content and padding and border and margin. So this is not only for this container. Okay, it can be applied for all the other container also, for section and for photo navigation, everything. To find the what is the padding value and the width and everything, you just click on this button. So this is inspect button, and select this box, scroll down. Okay, and see here it is going to be this. I should select for the entire box. Okay, entire box if I select, you can see the padding value is going to be what, 20 pixel. So this is your content, a blue color icon, the blue highlighted thing is your content. The outside, the green color, it is going to be your padding. You can see after this my name, there is some space between, so that is called as a padding. So now if you add some border, example, let me add some border if you want. Border value, let me give 1 pixel solid. Okay, let me give some more, 10 pixel. Offset, and then what color? Okay, green. Okay, so if I give, I have mentioned that 10 pixel for the border. Okay, let me execute this. Okay, so in the outside of this padding value, you can see the what is the border. I'm selecting this again, just click on this. If you go and check, you can see the border value is 10 10 10. For all the sides it is going to be a 10 pixel. If I need some space, need some margin space, then again if I want a below, that is bottom, margin bottom, the space between my content and the below content, if I give some 20 pixel, and let's run this code again. So now just go here and select this box. Come down here, you can see it is 20 pixel at the margin bottom. Clear everyone, students? Any questions? So if you don't have any questions, then we can move on to the next step. So let me remove this margin bottom. So don't want this. Okay, the next is what are the other classes we have created? Project and about. Okay, so that is going to be a class. So about comma dot projects with the value is 80%. I'm giving a total width of that above is going to be a 80%, and the margin value here I'm going to give a 2 values. Okay, so what is the 2 value, why we are giving 2 values? There are some difference are there. So we can give 4 values, even 2 values or 3 values. So how it get differs? Any idea? Depending upon the site, it get varies. Any guesses? Okay, let's see. Don't worry. First thing is we can give it for all the 4 sites. Example, if I'm giving some 25 pixels, 50 pixel, and 75 pixel, and 100 pixel. So this means this is going to be a top. Okay, this is for top and right, and this is for bottom, and this is for left. Bottom and then left. So top, right, and then bottom and left. Clear? Let's execute and we'll check here. If I refresh, here you can see, click on inspect. This time we need to select this box. Here you can see at the top what happened, 25 pixel, and so it comes like this. Okay, that is top, and then right, and then bottom and left. So it will be like that is clockwise direction. Clear? So it will be in a clockwise direction. So 25, 50, and 75 and 100. So next, what are the other options we can give? So we can give it like a 3 value. So what is how we can give it as a 3 value? So 25 pixel, 50 pixel, and then 75 pixel. So what is this? So this means a top, and this is a right and left, and this is going to be bottom. Let's see. Here you can see 25 pixel at the top and left, and the right is going to be a same value. So in between value is going to be the left and right, and the bottom is nothing but a bottom value, the margin bottom value. Clear? And if I suppose give a 2 value, then what happened? So it will be assigned for what? The first value is going to be a top bottom, and the second value is going to be for a left and right. That's all. So now what we can do is I'll just assign instead of giving this, let me give some other value. Let's say 20. Auto means automatically it will be calculating on the other sides. Okay, and then let me add a padding value of 20 pixels, and here also I need border. Let me give 1 pixel solid, and let's say what we can give. Mm, okay, that's okay. So the border has been assigned for the about me and the project. So the next is dot projects project. Here I have two classes. Okay, one is for the main container, the another one is for the two projects. Okay, so for that I need a margin bottom to be some 20 pixels. Okay, here some space is allocated in between, and finally we can move on to the footer. For the footer element, so that is directly an element. We didn't assign any class name or id name for it. So let me give a background color. I'm just giving the same brown color. So we can also give white, or we can give it as FFF. Both are similar. Okay, we'll be getting white color, and text align to be center. 10 pixel, and I'm just giving the portion to be fixed. Later we will discuss what is this. As of now, just leave it. Okay, I'm just fixing this footer to be in a fixed mode. Okay, it cannot move anywhere. It will be at the same place if you scroll also. And I needed this for 100%. Very simple. Okay, so this is going to be an 100%. This that is 80%. That's why we have a space here and this side. Okay, and then this is a fixed one. If you scroll also, it will be in a same place. Clear, students? Any questions from this? Is it easy to create this one, to download our certificate learning? Do you want a subscription, ma'am? So I don't Narayanan, subscription in the sense you're talking about the registration. So just register and you can do it. Okay, just try once. If it's not working, I can share you some PDF like that. You can refer that later. I hope everyone understood about this box model. So there is one more important concept I want to execute here. So one that is nothing but something called as we can consider for the is about. Okay, giving a border. Sorry, not a border. Box sizing, there is some two value. Okay, this will be asked in an interview. Box sizing, one is border box and the another one is content box. Content box is a default one. So give this, and also I've given some width to be 80%. Let's see, instead of 80%, I can give some pixel value. Let's say given some 800 pixel. Okay, this is my content box. If I refresh this page, right click on inspect element, and select on this one, the entire box. So what happened, ma? So here you can see the value was 800. So my element itself, it is going to be the 800. So this is totally wrong. Why? Because see here, let me open the notepad and I will explain you. So what is the difference between the border box and content box? We'll see about content box. So what happened is, in the content box example, I have given a width to be some we'll take the same example, 800 pixel. Okay, 800 pixel is my width. So this should be assigned for my entire container. Okay, but here in the content box, it is only, it occupies, this width is only occupied only for the element. This is entirely wrong. So this is calculating like 800 pixel for my width, and then what is my padding value? Here you can see the padding value is going to be 20 and 20. So width means left and right, that is left and right will be calculated. Top means it will calculate the height and, that is top and bottom. So here it is going to be 20 into 2 is 40 plus my border. So border is what? 1. So border will also be calculated. So 1 into 2. So totally the container is assigned like 800 plus 40 plus 2. So totally the value is 842. So this is wrong. Okay, this is a wrong calculation. So you should not go with the content box. You should follow the border box. So what is border box? I change this box sizing into border box. Okay, I'm just giving this to border box. Output, let me refresh. Here you can see the value has been splitted like this, 758. Let's calculate the border box value. Okay, so border box value is 758 for my that is for the content. 758 plus 20 pixel for my this left and right. So that is 20 into 2 plus 1 into 2. So totally how much? 758 plus 40 plus 2. So that's going to be 800 pixel. Clear everyone? This is a very important concept. You should understand this. Clear with this? Can I get some response, yes or no? Maybe. Clear everyone with the CSS box model? What happened, students? Why are you so silent? Have you understood? Yes or no? Only Lakshmi is answering. What are the remaining students? So you guys will be talking only while I'm taking the attendance. Can I get some thumbs up so that I can move on to the next question, because this is very important, ma. Guys, I'm telling you, there are a lot of opportunities are there, but the students, are not having much skill. So that's why the still the openings are there, but students are not getting it. So that's why I'm telling you, for even for the front end development, there are a lot of opportunities are there. And one more thing I want to add on here, you please start to create a front end for your projects. Just create a group. Example, in the batch 2 I can see 105 students are there. So the 105 students, you can split like the minimum of 3 students, maximum of 4 students, 4 to 5 students can join together. Okay, you can bind together, and you start to create a project. So the project should be it should impact the user. It should useful for the user. If in example I can tell you one scenario, one of my student project, I want to tell this. That's really a good project. That's why I'm telling this. It's a very simple project. Okay, we can consider the college. Okay, in the college there are a lot of feedbacks we'll be getting for the faculties, right? How they are taking the sessions and everything. For that, the student have created one portal. Once there will be a two logins for a student and for the faculties, the admin. Okay, the both will be there. The students can give the feedbacks while after they are logging into that portal. They can give the feedbacks for the faculties, and the admin can check what are the feedbacks they are giving. So this is really a good thing. They have used the front end and the back end. They have connected with database and the outputs are coming. They even you can download the file. Okay. So I hope you once we complete HTML and CSS and JS, you start to create your front end page for the project. So just think about the project and do it. Okay. So next we'll move on to the PPT. Loading. Give me a minute. Yeah. So next is text properties. This is very simple thing. Text properties. So there are different text properties we have, right? In a real world, you can see some examples also mentioned. For each and everything, have created one code with output and syntax. Give me 1 minute. Okay, ma. So just see, we will see the basics of this one. So text align last property. So text align means, so if example, this is my paragraph. Okay. So from starting from this place till this place, you can see the this is a paragraph. Okay. And if I mention my last line, that is text align last is going to be a right, then I'll be having a space between here. Okay, and then left, sorry, this is for left and this is for center, and sorry, this is for center and this is for left and this is for right, and the last one is for justify. You can see the last paragraph line, so that has been justified. Okay, so this is a use of this text align last. And what is text overflow property? Text overflow property specify how a overflowed content that is not displayed should be signaled to the user. Okay, just to want to signal the user that there is some content, but you are not viewing the entire content as a user. Why? Because in the most articles you can see in the newspapers, or it may be like you can, if you go with Medium Digest or Quora Digest or any kind of coding platforms, you cannot read the entire content. What it will ask? It will ask you to register, and then and only you can see all the content. It will be hidden mode. So for that kind of, that is a simple example we can say. For that, we are going with this overflow property. So text overflow is a property and we have a different value for it. So first one is going to be clip, and the another one is text overflow ellipsis, and then text overflow dotted, and the other text we have given clip. So how this has been done? So clip, you can see it has clipped the content, and the next one ellipsis is nothing but you will get this 3 dot. This is asked in the interview, ellipsis. Okay, just make a note of it. So ellipse will be asked in the interview. So how you can hide the content, and you need to show some 3 dots. And this is about a text overflow of you can give whatever the let's say like symbols or the icons, so that just clip the content alone. And column property. So what is column property? Column property means if I have given some content, okay, here, and I can split into, I have split it into 3 columns. How? The value you need to give the width and the column width and the count of the column. So count of the column is 3. So if I give 4 columns, it will split into another column. I will show you all the examples, don't worry. And text intent property. Text intent property means it will define the indentation of the first line in each block of the text. It also takes the negative value. It also takes the negative values. That is also possible in intent. Let's see an example. So this is we can give pixel values, or you can go with minus, or else you can give it as a percentage. So these 3 measuring units you can give. Okay, percentage, em, or else we can go with the pixels. Text shadow property. To add a shadow to a text, how we can add it? These are the syntax: H shadow, V shadow, and blur radius, and what is the color. Let's say this is my horizontal shadow and this is my vertical shadow, and blur, I want to blur it. You can see the blur of that green color. It is of 8 pixel, and finally the color of that particular text shadow. And line height property. Line height property means, so the space between this particular line and this line, it is going to be the space between this is called as a line height. Again, here also the recommended is you don't want to give any kind of units. Instead of that, you can directly go with the values like 1 or 2 or 2.5, 1.6, like that. Even you can also specify em values and percentage, but that is not recommended. So now we can go with a real-time example of how we can do this. So let me erase all this. So now we can create one simple text. So we understand so what it is. We will see it as an example. So I'm going to create a blog here. Okay. So let's say let me give the title to be blog. Okay, inside the body element, let me give this header. It's going to be news blog. This is my header name. And then paragraph. Explore the worlds. This is the paragraph. Okay. And then I go with the semantic element article. So I'm going to write some different articles here. Let's say heading, new post on like this. I'm just giving some text, and then a paragraph. So for this paragraph, I'm going to give one class name. Okay, so class is going to be post-info. It's a class name. So it is nothing but, so when it is published, so published on, you can say December by what we can give, Albert, something like this. Okay, and next is again we can give the content. So this is the info of this paragraph. Okay, and the second one is, let me create one more paragraph. So the paragraph name is going to be class is a post content. Okay, this is my post content. So inside this, post content, let me put some detailed information about this. So what we can give, let's say, this talk is about Tata Motors. Something like this, I'm just writing some content. Okay, so that's all for my paragraph content. If you want to bold anything, so something like they lay off rumor, don't think it is a real thing. 10,000 employees. Like this, I'm just giving things, and after this, I'm making this one to be strong. Bonus. That's all. So some content, post content has been added, and then after this, if you want to use any highlight things, we can also highlight it. So let's say span elements. I'll add it this paragraph. Okay, I'm adding a span element. So like this only you will be doing it in a real time. That's why I'm just showing you some different examples, ma. Okay, so inside the span element, last name to be highlights. Okay, highlights. Yeah. So after this, just close the span and add the some more content here. Readability. Okay. Finally, after this paragraph, this article, I'm going to create one more article for the another blog post. So what I can do is let me copy this again. You can change the name and you try it. Okay, and footer. Okay, paragraph. I'm just going to copy. Copy means nothing but you will be getting at C. At symbol. 23. Your blog. All rights reserved. Okay, that's all. We are done with the what is HTML part. So let's go to external CSS file. So what is the first step when you are creating a project? You need to use body element, a font family. So I'm going with a cursive again. I like to use it, but it's a news block, so mostly they will be doing it in Times New Roman or Georgia. So let's go with Times New Roman. Margin 0, padding also 0. And in the PPT we have gone through once again. Okay, we have gone through one thing property, that is nothing but line height. So what is line height? Line height, let me give some 1.6. So you can give it in unit value. So please avoid a percentage or any kind of units like pixel or em. Directly give it as a unit values. Clear? Then I'm going to make some changes for my header. So let's give the same thing like background colors and the other stuffs. This time we can go with some different color. Let me colors. Okay, let's go with this light sea green. Color of the text, I want this to be in white color, and then text behind and center. It's the same thing which we have done before. Okay, and then the article part, obviously the for articles and the section you can give it as a 80% mark. Okay, so that will be a good point. And margin, again I go with some 20 pixel and auto, and is equals to 20 pixels again. And the border, here I just give 1 pixel. Let's light blue, right? Again give and if you want you can also add border. Let me give one border. It will be looking nice. Oof. So this is a usual thing. So now we can move to the class name called what? Post. So inside the post info, first we can give a text color. So text color again go with post info is where exactly? It is inside the article. So inside the article, yes, a gray color. Font size, we change the font size into 0.8 EM. So what is this EM first? What is this EM? So EM is nothing but it will be calculated like this. So EM, it will check for the parent element. So here it is going to be 16 pixel into 0.8. That is your pixel value for this font. Okay, you can give it in this way. So what will be the value for the 16 if you multiply? So that value is going to be, let's see, just calculate and tell me even. So what will be the value for this one? 16 pixel, 16 into 0.8, that's going to be 12.8 pixel. Sometimes what happens is if you give a pixel, that will not be good. Okay, I want to minimize point values, then we can go over this EM. Okay, so this is the calculation of this EM, and next to this go with the post content. Post content is going to be a class name. So delegate different things for the post info and also the post content. Okay, let me give 1.1 EM. So now what is the value? So we need to calculate like 16 pixel multiply of 1.1 EM. So that is your value, that is your pixel value. Clear? Highlighter, highlight, right? So for highlight, let me give some background color for this one. So exa code, I'm just giving exa code, some yellow. Let's see the output. There is a browser. Okay, so this is how our website will be looking. And now what we can do is we can do some text property for this particular page. So how we can do this? I can add some extent for this paragraph. For the this paragraph, we can take the articles, right? So article post info. 1 second. So post content. Okay, for the post content, I'm going to add text indent. Then it's going to be, let's say I'm giving 50 pixel. So my value here, you can see there is some space between this one and this one. Okay, and let me add one more paragraph in this article. Let's say, so for this article I'm giving a name to be A. So I'm just copying this entire paragraph. We'll paste it here. So here it is. Okay, better I can create it again. Okay, I have very big paragraphs. So now in the external CSS file, just go here and add one more id slash a id. Okay, here what we can give is columns. My property, I'm giving 100 pixels and I want some 3 columns. One, refresh. Here you can see it has been splitted into what? 3 columns. Clear? And one more thing. So text align last, right? So text align last. And so we can go with the same post content. I'm giving the property called text align last. Then if I just suppose if I give justify is a value, you can see the last line alone it has been justified. If I give it as center, then it will place at the center. Okay, change that to right or left and it will move accordingly. Clear, ma? Even we can also give some text decorations and the other things. Let's see about text shadow. So how we can apply text shadow. I'm going to apply a text shadow for this column. This one we can give. So text hyphen shadow colon. The values are, first is horizontal shadow. Horizontal shadow, let me give 2 pixel and 2 pixel, and the blur value, let me give some 8 pixel, and then color can go with blue violet, So if I refresh, you can see it has been changed to a different, that is a text yellow colors has been applied. If I want to add one more color here, then I can go with let's say 0 any horizontal vertical shadow. So let me give a 3 pixel here, and the color I'm going with red. So now you can see the difference. Okay, like this you can apply a text shadow value. So the next one is, there are simple things like we can convert into uppercase and lowercase and the capitalize. There is something called as white space. So white space is very important. So I will tell you what it is. Example, I have this content. Let's say you can go with. I'm just removing this text indent. Sorry, last line. Of this, I'm giving a white space to be no wrap. Then what happened? Refresh this page. You can see, you guys can see the horizontal bar. So this is entirely wrong. Whenever you're creating a page, you should not get any horizontal bar. So that is for hacking purpose. They will say we should not having any horizontal bar. Okay. So this is about white space no wrap. No wrap mean it will be aligned in a single line. Whatever the paragraph words is going to be. Example, it is going to be 1,000 words, 10,000 or whatever. It will be aligned in a single line. Okay. So now I'm going to hide this content. So how I can hide this content? There are some processes to hide this content. Let's see how we can wrap this. So let's say I'm giving a width of some 100 pixel. Okay, and then I'm going to hide the overflow content. So overflow content will be hidden. Just put here. Okay. White space and the width you need to mention, and overflow it's going to be hidden, and text overflow is ellipse. Yeah. So that's all. If you want, you can also create one border. So that will be a good idea. So border, let me give 10 pixel. Dashed. So here you can see all the content has been hidden, and you can see the 3 dots here. Okay. So this is how these are the important things you must know in text properties. Any questions or any doubts from this, students? Any questions understood, yes or no? Maybe. Can I get some response? Show thumbs up or say yes or no. Students, I definitely need your responses. Why? Because this is not simply a course learning subject. Okay, you guys have to get a placements. That is the last target, right? That is your that's the main goal you have to achieve. So the ability to achieve a goal is only I know whether you guys have understood or not. If you're not communicating now, okay, if there is any placement issue, or if you are not able to apply, whatever the thing, if you hesitate to talk with me, then how come it is going to succeed from your end? I definitely be I'm so sure that you guys will get a job opportunity. That is, you will get a job, obviously. So, but my only thing is, you have to speak with me and you have to give some response. Yesterday's session, I got a lot of response from the students. I'm sure that whether the students are understanding or not. but here I'm getting very less response. Okay, so soon I will arrange some placement orientation for you for your college. Okay, so there are more than 200 students are there. So most probably I'm going to arrange some placement orientations. I'm just waiting for the portion completion. Once it is done, then I will start the procedures to follow with placement orientation. Okay, so please be sure whether you guys are communicating with them, because that is very necessary. Okay, from January month ma, for sure you will get a lot of opportunity, but the only thing is we will be checking your attendance percentage. If the course completion is going to be 60%, then obviously you are eligible to apply for a job, one and only if you are into the LMS portal. If not, then you will not be getting. So by tomorrow, for batch 1 I have created the batches yesterday. By today I've created. Okay, so they can access the LMS. For you guys, I'll be creating by tomorrow. Tomorrow morning I'll be creating. Okay, so please, if you have any issues in LMS, please let me know. Okay, ma. So we can start with font properties. Give me 1 minute. One minute, students. I'll be back. Okay, ma. Yeah. So next is font. So let me show you the PPT. So this is about CSS fonts. So font family. So what is this font family, and why we need to know this first? So to make a page more attractive and more appealing, so we need to add all these kind of fonts and the text properties. Okay, that's why we are learning about it. Not a much important thing, but it is very important. Why? Because if it is going to be look more attractive, then the users will be using your website. Am I right? You can see a lot of YouTubes and the website. There are a lot of websites are there, but what you will do, if it is going to be more attractive to you, then you will be using that website, right? So for that purpose, so see here, using a font that is easy to read, it is important. Okay, the font adds a value to your text. So let's see what is a generic font family. So in a generic font family, we have some five generic font family. One is serif and sans serif and the monospace and cursive and fantasy. So what is serif? It's a small stroke at the edge of each letter. Okay, let's see. Uh, I can what is okay serif and sans serif. I'll just show you the image. That's it. So this is serif and sans serif. So we can see. Uh, so let's see here. There is a small stroke in each the edge of the character. You can see the small strokes. That is going to be a serif. Sans serif means it will not have any strokes at the end, at the edge of the letter. So that is the main difference between this and that. Okay. So and then the other generic font families are there. We'll see that they create a sense of formality and elegance. And this is a modern and minimalistic look. And monospace means here all the letters have the same fixed width. They create a mechanical look, and cursive means it imitate the human handwriting. And this is going to be decorative, the playful fonts. So this is a simple example. So if there is a space between the font names, then you need to use this double quotes. Okay, here you can see the double quotes, right? If there is no two words and there is no space, means you can directly give a name alone. Clear? So this is going to be a serif, that is a generic font family names, and these are the names which is specified under the sans serif. And web safe fonts. What is web safe fonts? What are the web safe fonts? That are universally installed across all the browsers and devices. Okay, fallback fonts. There are no 100% completely web safe fonts. Let's say we need to have a backup fonts. So what is this backup fonts and why it is very important to use this fallback fonts? So if the first font does not work, whatever we mentioned in the first, let's say I have a Times New Roman, it is not working. So it is not downloading on my Chrome, but it is working on my Firefox. So what happened in the Chrome then? So I'll be switching to the next one, the fallback, the backup fonts, that is Times. It will taking this particular font. Then if this is also not there, then it will go with the generic font family. Clear? So always end the list with a generic font family. So this is the example for this, the same one. Okay. And what are the different font styles we have? Font style is mostly used to specify the italic text, and the font weight is there, font style property and font variant property. This is to give the weight of a font. Example, making it bold or lighter, or giving some value to make the boldness of the text. So for that we can go with this a font weight. And then font variant, whether specify whether or not the text should be displayed in a small caps fonts. Okay, so these are some example for a font style. Font sizes. So you should know what all these sizes is going to vary. So gives you the full control of the text sizes. Let's say pixel. So mostly we will use pixels, EM and VW, or we can also use a percentage. But percentage it is not recommended. So better you go with the VW or EM and pixels. Okay, let's see one example. So we'll take the same example. I don't want to go the next one. Okay, we are using already, we have given the fallback values. So the next is size also been implemented. So previously we have given EM. You can also give a pixel values. So let me change this to some 20 pixel or something. So it will change accordingly. And something called as font style. So what is called font style? So can we apply font styles here? So font style, there are different values we have. Let's give italics. Italics will be in a right angle. So on that day, while introducing this HTML concept, we were discussing about formatting tags. Am I right? So the formatting tags, I told you one thing. There is like I and EM. So I has been deprecated. Why? Because it is used in CSS. So in this place only we are using. We are using a property to be font style, and the value is going to be italics. And the font weights, let's say I'm giving a bolder. Will make a bolder. And if you want that content to be a font variant of small caps, and give that as well. Okay, let's see the page. Okay, here so where we have applied in this one, I think. Yeah, here I apply for this content. Okay, let me remove this hidden and everything so that we can clearly see it. Okay, here you can see the italics and it is in bolder format. At this place you can see the small caps has been applied, right? Because it is in capital letter, that's why the small caps has been applied. Okay, and what else we have come across? Font size, font style and fallbacks. That's okay. So now we can move on to the CSS list. CSS list means we already know, and we recently completed HTML list. So in the HTML list, uh, we have learned about some important thing like a order list and an order list and the description list. Same here, but here we use it as a property and the value. Okay, and also the list properties has been mentioned here. So what is this? List style type, list style image and list style position, and this is going to be a shorthand property for all these things. Okay, list style type means um, there are options like disk, characters, custom counter, styles. Okay, these are the multiple options we have. And the list style image, the major aim of this is set the image that will be used as a list time item marker. In the list, the bullet points, we can mention it as an images. And list style position, it specify the position of the marker box with the respect of the principal block box. Okay, we can see one by one the examples. That is list, right? So we can include list here itself. Let me add the navigation part. List. Okay, so let's give some options as this is a block. So let's give contact. So this one might be the first one. Dates. So I'm just giving some options, and then servers or support. We can say it as support. Okay, these are the multiple options for the navigation part. So now I'm going to apply the list property values. Okay, let's go to the external CSS file. Unordered list. Navigation. I'm just giving some background colors and everything. Okay, let's skip it. We'll give border alone. We can identify so where exactly it has been placed for that one. So let's give. Okay, so in the unordered list, let me give the list style type is going to be let's say, so default is for the unordered list, it's going to be a disk, right? So let me give the other option. You can also even give lower Rome and the other things. Give square. So here in the navigation part, you can see home, updates and info, and it is in the square, right? And even if you want to do it for the order list, I'm giving list type value lower Roman numbers. So it is showing in a lower numbers. And then you can also add some images. Let me try to get some images from online. Just showing something else. Okay, let me take this one or this one. Don't know how much this is going to take. Okay, copy the link address. So here you need to mention it as, let's say, list style image. Okay, then inside the URL you can specify the value like this. I think it's going to be a big image. Let's check. Yeah, it is showing as a big image. Mm. Give me a minute. Okay, we can try this one, whether we can apply this. Okay. So list style, so let's give it for the list of items. Okay, I'm just providing this for a list of item. So first you need to mention the list style type is going to be none. Okay, and once you given this, the next is you can go with a pseudo element. Later I'll tell you what is pseudo element. Pseudo element is nothing but where exactly this image is going to take place. So it is before the navigation, the list content. Am I right? So content, the display, it's going to be inline block. Inline block means the width whatever we are giving, that will be accepted, but it will be on the same necessary space. And margin, it's going to be margin right. I need 10 pixel. Okay, and the height of that particular image is going to be 10 pixel, and the width is 10 pixel, and background we can give it like this, background hyphen image colon URL. So now we can copy that URL. So now so so now it is showing, but it is a very little image, so we can take some colorful images so that can take. One, I guess, 1 second. Or else better we can save this image. Save image. It's really slow. We'll move on to the E drive. Okay, so we have saved this file. So once we'll check here. Background image, yeah, I got it. So app check. I think that color was, in the left side. The color was, it is in white color in the left side, right? So that's why it is showing like this. Okay, you can try with some other, simple images which is in the online. So better I can go with this one. Pixelsfree.com, free icon. Save images. If you cut and make it as a SVG file, then it will show you. But previously it was showing, right, that white color is a problem. So don't worry, students. I can show you some images using this SVG. But if I do SVG, it will take such a long time to complete. But just understand the concept how we are importing it. Clear? So this is about list style type image and the list style type and list style images. Now we are going to see about list style position. Okay, let's keep this. So I'll just remove this part. Okay, so now I'm going to create two things. One is for an order list and another one is for order list. Okay, let me give a background color. And then I'm giving the list style position is going to be inside. This is going to be list style outside. Here also let me give a border. Just to identify where exactly it is placed, so that's why I'm just adding. Here also I'm adding. Okay, here you can see it is the bullet points. It's inside the block level, but it is outside the content. The bullet points you can see. If you want, I can also give unordered list and list of item. Let's give it as some color. Okay, we'll give some background color. Okay, so from this point it is viewing, but if you go to the unordered list, order list and list of element. Again, I'm giving some background. But whenever you're using a real time, you're not going to give background color for every time. But for understanding purpose, I'm just showing you. Okay, so the bullet point is inside. Here you can see it is outside the box. Okay, so that is about CSS list. So now we are moving to CSS positions. So what are CSS positions and how we can use it? So let's see. 1 minute, let me drink some water. Okay, ma. So let's see the CSS positioning. So positioning in CSS tells about the method of position of an element. The HTML entity and the positioning of an element can be done using. So does in the image what you can see. So the the whatever the container box. So this is, let's see, this is a container box. Okay, and this is a container box. So where exactly we are going to place this, whether we are going to position it on top, okay, whether it is going to place it on top or bottom or right or left properties, that we need to mention. So these specify the distance of an element from an edge of a viewport. So let's see, here we have a 5 different types. One is fixed. Okay, one is going to be fixed. The secondly static, and thirdly absolute, and fourth is a relative, and fifth is going to be sticky. So what all these, how we are going to work on it. So let's see the definition and then we'll move on to the coding part. So HTML element, an HTML element with the position fixed property will be position related to the viewport. Okay, so this is my viewport. From this point till this point is my viewport. It will be placed, will be positioned related to the viewport. An element with a fixed positioning allows it to remain in the same position even if we scroll the page. See here in the GIF you can see, if I scroll the page also, the fixed element is on the same place. We can set the position of the element using a top, right and bottom, left. Using this special property we can place the fixed element. Clear? The next is static. Static is nothing but the method of positioning is by set by default. This is a default one. It is not going to change anything and we are not going to apply any kind of a special property in this. Okay, so we may apply, if you try to apply some properties here, then it won't work. You might be a bit surprising that why we have included this static positioning in this particular concept without any kind of a modification. So, yes, absolutely, but this is a default one. That's why they have included this particular position in this concept. Clear? So see here, the top, right, bottom, left will not have any control over the element. Okay, it will not pull up the informations, or it will not show you the exact value, whatever if you give for any kind of special properties. Okay, and then is a relative. If you have never come across this word before, let me tell you, the relative is a positioning. Okay, so this positioning is positioned relatively with other element which are sitting on the top. That they are mentioning, like here in the letter we can also apply all the properties, special properties. We can set values, we can see the difference in the output, top, right, left, and the bottom and the other elements. whatever you are seeing here will not fill up the gap left by its element, but it will be on the same place where you have exactly placed. It will be set over there. Okay, if you once you scroll it, you can see the scroll option has been done. But in the static, what happens? So it is moved upward, right? But here you can see it is within the container box when you scroll here. And now we can devote some time for absolute. So absolute is nothing but a position absolute. So it is really devised in a way, like you can see, will be positioned with respect to its nearest non-static ancestor. So what it is gearing up? So gearing up with this absolute positioning is nothing but the positioning of its element does not depend upon its sibling or the elements which are at the same level. Okay, so this position does not depend upon the siblings. It's not going to see about that siblings of or the elements which are at the same level, but it is going to consider about the parent or the ancestor. Okay. You feel somewhat confused, or you may have a lot of questions regarding this, we'll see by executing the things. Okay, so next is nothing but about a sticky. So what is the sticky element? So what we can do with this sticky element, let's see. The position sticky, and the top value they have given is 0 here. So top value is 0 was at some point it will be in the top. Okay, but later on, if the element is placed in the middle of the document, when the user scrolls the document, so normally it is in the center. Okay, if you scroll the the horizontal bar, so what happen is, sorry, the vertical bar, what happen is it move towards the top and it will settle over there. It will not moving anywhere. Clear? So when it touches the top, it will be fixed on the top place in spite of the further scrolling. Clear? This is about CSS positioning. Let's see one example on this. It's getting stuck, so give me a minute. It's hanging, it's literally hanging. Give me a minute. I'm just, some Windows icon is popping up. Still loading, ma. Just please be patient so we can complete this, and then we'll move on to pseudo elements. And then we have a lot of topics to complete, like animations and other parts are there. So we'll complete it. Okay, don't worry. Yeah. I think it's hopefully. Give me a minute. Let me check what is going on. Guys, it is hanging. Please be connected. Okay, I'll just see once. Okay, ma. So now only I got the screen. Let me share my screen again. I hope my screen is visible now. Can I get some confirmations? Yes, ma. Is it visible now? I'm facing little bit issue with my laptop. That's why I'm asking you. Please let me know whether it is visible or not from your end.
Visible, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma. Thank you. Your code. We'll see some two examples on this now. One is for position relative absolute, so relative fixed. And the second example we can go with sticky and then absolute and z index. Okay. So these are the two examples I'm going to showcase today for this CSS position. Okay. So let's see the example. It's not working properly. So we'll wait for a while. Okay. Okay, ma. So here. Okay, so let's create the header and the other things. Page, so then it will be easy for you to understand. Okay, so header. Okay, this is a header, and let me create a main tag, that is main element. So inside the main element I have a section. So let me create the attribute called class content. So inside this h2 graph main content of the page. Okay, some content we are just including here. And then finally, let me create a footer. Paragraph. He writes ampersand copy semicolon 2000. So the the HTML part is done. So let's move on to the external.css file. So let me remove all these things. So now the body element, margin 0 and padding is 0 and the font family. So we can give whatever we want. Let me try with Georgia now. Okay. Later this body element, for the header element the same thing. Background color. Even students, there are a lot of freelancing website is also on the online. If you want to try, you just try. suggestion. You can also try these, because if you know front end part, you can also try openings on the freelancing website like Upwork. But this is not a suggestion which is given by EduNet. I'm just referring you. Okay, if you want, you can try that. So in the padding value, I'm just giving a 10 pixel, the same which we done before. So now we are coming to the position. For the main, I'm just considering this to be a relative. Relative means it will be in the normal state, right, of the viewport. So the next is what is the next thing? The main content, right? For element we have given. So now we will go with a class name called main hyphen content. It is going to be a 20 pixels. Footer, I'm going to set that to be what? A fixed one. So position fixed. So my main content is a relative, and I'm just given padding value, and my footer is going to be I'm going to set this in a bottom 0, and the width value is some 100%. Okay, it will occupy from this place to till this place. And if you want a background color, if you can give, let me give a gray color, a dark gray color, line, be center, adding value was 10 pixel. Okay, so now if you see the header is going to be a static block, so we didn't give any kind of a position values here. So this is going to be a static block. And the main section, so main section is a relative to allow for the positioning within it. Okay, and the footer is nothing but we have mentioned a fixed at the bottom of the page. So this is a basic example. Okay, so let's see the output for this one. It got stuck. It's refreshing. So you can see this is a header part and this is a footer part. So what we can do is, to understand this more clearly, we can add more content in this main. Okay, let me put some more content here. We'll get it from Lorem Ipsum. This is taking such a long time. Let me copy this. Oh God. Okay, so here we have some content. This is in a fixed place. Where is the school bar? So behind this you can see some content, as it is being displayed. So you can also see that content here. Okay, so this is going to be a static, which is not going to be effective, and this is a viewport content, that is a relative, and finally it is a fixed one, the footer part. Clear? Next example we can see about this one, using sticky and the absolute and index. See example. So we can take the same example, okay, and we'll do some modification alone. Let me. So we have a main content, and I will add one more thing in this section part. Class okay, and then in an external CSS file we need to make some modification. So under one more thing we need to add here. Okay, let's say in the here in the header part I'm going to give a name to be a class of. So this is going to be a nav bar. Okay, just we are giving as a nav bar. Nav bar is nothing but a nav bar. We can place the heading as well as the navigations like home, contact, and the other details. Clear? Yes. Now go to the external CSS file. For understanding purpose, I'm just doing it. Remove this header and I'm changing it as a navbar class. Okay, so background color and the other things. Okay, so the next is position. Position is going to be a sticky now. Sticky means it will be placed at some point and then it will go to the top and then it will be over there, right? So top is 0, or you can give it as a bottom also. Okay, and background color and the other things. And here I'm mentioning this to be a z index of value, z index of some 1000. You can apply the z index for a multiple purpose. You can go with absolute also, you can use this for absolute also. So next for this main I have given a relative and the same thing goes here, but inside the main element I have one thing that is called as model class. So model class is going to be the child of this main element, right? So let's give the position value to be absolute. The top, it's going to be 50 percentage, and then left you can also give the percentage values to specify where exactly it has to place. And the transform, I'm using transform value. Transform means we can rotate the values or we can scale the value, whatever you can do it here. So let me give a translate minus 50 percentage comma minus 50 percentage. Okay, and then we'll give the background color. Okay, and then padding of 20 pixels. That's black. So here we are going to ensure the model appears above other content. Okay, so for that I'm adding and for footer again it is going to be fixed and everything will be the same thing. So now we can see the output. Okay, so this is going to be my sticky part, right? So I need to move the content. What we we can do okay, so now you can see the scroll bar. Okay, so the sticky, it is in the same place. You can also change the value for sticky. Let's say I'm changing this to be 10 pixel, or we can make it as 60 pixels. Okay, so it is moving down a little bit, right? So if I scroll this, you can see it is in the sticky value, so it is here in the same place, it is not moving anywhere, right? So like this you can make a sticky, and this is your absolute, the relative path, it has been placed inside it, and this is going to be a footer. Clear, everyone? Any questions, ma, as of now? Any questions, anyone? Lakshmi alone was answering. What about the remaining students, ma? Can I get some response? Whether you have understood, yes or no? At least show me some thumbs up. If you are going to be very silent, then it will not be good. You should be interactive, ma. You have to ask questions. Clear, right? Okay, fine. Okay, next the final one more thing, then we'll wind up. Okay, so about pseudo elements. So we'll see the text and then we'll move on to the example. Pseudo element. Okay, the pseudo elements is nothing but adding the targeting of an extra element. Example, if I have one element and there are some content which is displaying, and I want to do some changes, some extra things for that particular content or particular line, or I need to include something before and after, then I can go with the pseudo elements. There are multiple pseudo elements we have, but there are some procedures to be followed to include the pseudo elements in our code. So what is the basic syntax? You can see selector is the name. So selector is nothing but the element or the ID name, or it's going to be a class name. Okay, that we need to mention. And this is the symbol. So double colon and the pseudo elements. And this is a property. This is going to be the property and this is going to be the value. Okay, so there are many pseudo elements in CSS. Okay, fine. Yeah, so this is first one is double colon first line. So first line in the paragraph, first line alone I want to change something, then I can go with this first line pseudo element. Okay, applies the styles to the first line of a block level element. Note that a length of the first line depends on the many factors, the width of the document and the font size of the text. So what are the properties I can apply for this first line element? Like I can apply some changes on the font and color and background properties, word spacing, letter spacing, text decoration, vertical line, text transform, line height. There are so many. Okay, then if I want to change the first letter, again for that what we can do, the selector double colon and the first letter inside the block code, need to mention with the properties and the value what you want to specifically want to change, that you can mention. So this pseudo element is extensive. We have a lot of options here. And next is double colon before pseudo element. Okay. So that's all. This is after. So let's see an example. Is you can see uh, here we have mentioned as first line. First line alone has been changed, right? So what it has been changed? Color is red and font weight is bold. And the second one is first letter. First letter alone has been changed using the pseudo element of first letter, and before and then after. Clear? Let's see one example on this. So let's take the same example for the pseudo element. Okay, if I want to okay, I'm going to change the things in model. We'll go to the model. So in the model, I want to change the first line, right? Better. Okay, I'm so sorry. I have included everything. So let me skip all this. Okay. For first line alone, I'm just going to change something. Let me give the color has to be changed. Let me give blue and the background color. And then I can give what else we can give font size. Since I want to change it, so this is in paragraph, right? So the default is 16 pixel. Let me give it as a 30 pixel now. Check the output. Okay. Yes, I need to remove this. Section alone. Hide other things. It is a simple paragraph. Did I do any mistake? Paragraph, first line. 1 minute now, let me check. Any mistake? Yeah, I'm so sorry. So very simple mistake. List first line. Okay, now it will work. Okay, so it is applying, and if I try to use only for the letter, then applying only for the first letter. And if suppose I want to add something before it, then I can go with after content. Let's say I want to add for the content. Let me remove. After, right? So yeah, it has been added. Using paragraph before I need something, then I can add it like that's all. This is about a pseudo element. Okay, clear? I hope you guys everyone have understood this concept, and if you need any help, please let me know. I can help you with that. And one more thing, please start it to create your front end for your real-time project. Just think about your real-time project. Create a group. Okay, create a group in the sense not in the WhatsApp group. Just you among yourself discuss with your friends and join together and create. Each one have to create one project. That is as a team you have to create one project. So minimum is 3 students, maximum is 4 to 5 students can be there. Okay, the project should be a qualified project. You should have a front end, back end, and the database should be connected. So because why I'm telling you is here in your previous batch, if you ask, like there will be a regional showcase. So in the regional showcase, if your project is really good, you will be getting an extra certification with some recognitions. Okay, so please make sure that you are doing good. If your project is going to be in the top 5, okay, and they will be asking you to present the project in some different places, they will be telling you, okay, you have to present over there. Clear? So there are a lot of options and openings to explore yourself and to know about what you are. So that is here in TSP program we have giving a lot of different things for you. Please utilize it. Okay. Okay, fine. I think so we can wrap up here, and then we'll go.